scene.
Yeah. And then like I feel like you would just secretly like record and then just
easily.
like and then just like not for any like weird purposes, just to like come up and like scare me like when it looks like I'm about to fit and just like and you're like
And then, but that it was perfect. So now you're just squirting.
So now I'm just like shoot my load, and now I can't come unless I'm scared. Like now I'm just going through haunted houses like The bad part is coming, quite literally.
This hurt more than 9/11.
Welcome to the Den of Debauchery.
It's been an interesting weekend. So I just recorded a podcast with it's going to come out this week with Samson and Christian HB.
Samsonite.
Samsonite.
Swanson.
Man, I was way off. We talk about movies, guys. That's what we do. Yeah, so we just recorded a podcast in the hot tub. Samson's a fucking hilarious comedian. It was his idea. All right, before you start judging. And as soon as we get in, we're like, we haven't even recorded anything yet. We're like, this is the shit, and we're definitely doing this again. It was so much fucking fun. We were just drinking, and we used their equipment because I'm not bringing my equipment near the fucking water. But the equipment was totally fine, and it was an absolute blast. But apparently, what I learned is that apparently I didn't ask a lot of questions because I didn't want to give it any energy or attention, really. I hear you, cat. Chill out. Apparently, I've been labeled by a group of female comedians in Columbus as a misogynist. And I believe it's due to either one of these episodes or one of the episodes of the Jog podcast. And they were, somebody asked, well, what was it that you said? I was like, it could have been any number of things. I was like,
there's so much to take away.
There's so much. Like you could listen to any 5-minute chunk and probably pull something out. And for a second, I started to get like angry and like defensive. Like, I'm not a fucking, like, you can talk to several women that like, hey, and then I just stopped and I had a little bit of an epiphany that all these people are mentally ill.
Comedians normally are,
They can't discern reality from sarcasm, from jokes. Like they're incapable. Anything that you say, even if you're intending it as a joke, you really mean it. So basically, I would be getting upset at mentally ill people for being mentally ill.
Well,
so,
it's
I'm just not going to give it my energy anymore. It's basically like being mad at, somebody comes in and says, I demand that every wall has a soft serve ice cream machine. And then he shits in his pants and they drag him out. I was like, I'm not going to get mad at that person for making those demands that are clearly crazy. What I will get mad at is the establishment that says, well, they demand it. So clearly we must put up soft serve ice creams on every wall in this place. So I just thought it was fucking interesting because, you could easily talk to a couple people and refute that, but I knew it was going to happen. We're an offensive type of podcast. That's the kind of humor we enjoy. So yeah, of course the shit was inevitably going to happen.
Hey,
but
talk to me, ladies. I will confirm what you're saying.
Yeah. He'll throw me under the bus in a fucking heartbeat. Yeah. He will not hesitate. No. But we're a podcast that gets fucking depending on what show and when it comes out, somewhere between 6 and 50 views. Like, what do you're going to get upset about that? Can you imagine what life is like when you're just scrolling through and that level of stuff can upset you?
So you think it's the podcast? It's not something that you did like maybe.
I don't.
Else?
I don't. Apparently, a clip of a podcast, I don't know which one, was like shared in a chat or posted or something about. I don't know. I didn't ask any more questions.
Yeah.
But,
okay. Well, you want a clip, guys? Here we go. All right.
You fucking cunts. No. You
fuck
fucking
it.
Twats.
You sat there, and while I tell them that they still deserve to make less than men.
Yeah, that's why you make
can,
less, because you're emotional. Right?
Yeah, and they can only make vagina jokes on stage. That's their only material.
That's all you got. You got nothing interesting to say.
Yep.
Which is pretty hilarious. Like, literally half of my favorite comedians are women.
Well, Halima's like
maybe
one of
even
your favorite. Like,
she's
one of your favorite. Like, that's it. That's all there is.
Fuck it, dude.
You know what I mean?
Shane is so goddamn funny, and she writes.
I haven't met her.
You have not met her, but she's actually she's doing me a really solid favor of like I think she's gonna get me jobs. Now, disclaimer, for those that hate me, Shayna has no idea what I do or say ever, so don't come for her. She has no idea how offensive.
Why don't we just say about all the people that we enjoy, like that you enjoy, females, and then the people that you leave out, they can just take that as a hint. Is that not burning bridges enough? Hey, I
gotta make sure I include everybody that I find funny.
I'm trying to end your career before it even gets started.
Dude, I don't give a shit. That's another thing. Who the fuck is taking Columbus comedy this fucking seriously? It's Columbus comedy. Like, you're not on the forefront of some war. Anybody that sits there and fights these battles on Facebook and Twitter, and like they're doing the right thing, it's because it's the easiest way to feel like you're a good person.
I have a really hard time with people
ask any of them, like, when's the last time you fucking went to a homeless shelter, and like, or when's the last time like you volunteered for a group that actually helps like the needy or disenfranchised groups? When's the last time you actually went on the ground and actually physically helped? Now, I've never done any of that shit either, and I'm not going to. Homeless people are gross and smelly, but
they smell. Yeah.
I'll admit that I'm a piece of shit and don't act holier than thou.
Yeah, I have a problem with comedians that like, or people that say they're comedians and then get offended. Like, it's really weird. Like, did you do something to like legitimately personally attack any of these girls?
I think
probably not.
Okay, now what I heard one of the names that might be involved, and I think that this girl might have taken something that I did by accident as like a personal offense. And it was they introduced themselves to me and I introduced myself, and I immediately forgot the name. Or no, I couldn't hear it because the music because this particular bar plays like music up until the open mic starts. Yeah. And I couldn't hear it, and I felt too awkward to ask for it again. And then this is a piggyback show, which means you introduce the next comic rather than the host coming up in between each one. So, and I was looking at the name and I couldn't quite make it out, and I kept trying to pronounce it. I was like, does anybody know who this is? And the girl who just introduced herself to me was standing right there, and it was her. Mm-hmm. And everybody thought I was doing a joke of like, and I kept trying to pronounce it. And
did you apologize afterwards?
5 different ways. And my response was like, and I was like, why the fuck didn't you guys tell me that I was butchering her name? And I was like, you guys are making me look like an asshole. And I think, and I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I can't. I was like, this, it was hard to read. I was trying to play it off like, this is hard to read. It didn't look like your name. And I was too embarrassed to admit that I didn't hear and remember it properly when she introduced herself. So, maybe that was enough. But, who the fuck knows?
Bitch was probably on the rag,
Why do people think I'm a misogynist? I don't get it.
And fuck it. fuck it, dude. I don't give a shit if people think I'm a misogynist because
Yeah,
I
was like I told my girlfriend, I was like, honey, I'm a misogynist. Did you know? She goes, I know.
I will tell you this. I actually got used as an example for another couple for them to be like, why don't you treat me the way he treats his wife?
Fucking awful couple is using you as an example.
Dude, it's
what fucking dog
is
shit.
very easily an awful couple, but I'll tell you this.
Do I know them?
Yeah.
I could probably
of them, not actually know them.
Damn it.
And then he, because it was a legitimate argument that they were having at the same time.
Oh, he threw you under the bus. So
hard. He's like, you should hear some of the shit that he says to me.
Oh my God.
And
yes,
I'm just
I
like,
would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing. Of course.
But ever since then, I've been playing it up like I'm gonna go home and be the perfect husband. He's like, fuck you. Like, he's so mad about it, dude.
Motherfucker.
I do treat her well when no one's looking, but if someone's looking, I'm fucking pushing her in the puddle.
It's fun. You know when to like give like the proper like support and care, and you know when to fuck around. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you misjudge when it's time to fuck around. I have definitely overstepped my boundaries. Oh yeah.
I don't think you were there when I said bitch a little too hard.
Ooh, bitch.
Dude, yeah, it's bitch. You know, when he hits a certain octave. What is that, Kevin Hart?
Yeah, it's Kevin Hart bit.
I just want to make sure that everyone knows that we know we're stealing.
Yes.
Okay? That was Kevin Hart. Everyone knows.
Yeah, we know.
I said it, and then she was just like, that was a bad night. But other than that,
I had a friend of mine. Well, I guess we weren't like super close, but we were hanging out when we were in the when we were at Fort Bliss, and I was out one night, and his girlfriend at the time like burned me like real bad. Like she had a good joke. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, "Oh, you bitch," and that ruined the fucking like she hated me just based off that. I was like, that was very playful. Like if that was a woman that said it to you, like you probably wouldn't even say, "Oh, you bitch." Like
yeah.
I was like, that was being very playful. Like clearly, like you just said something way worse to me.
Which you took it as a joke, so you like No,
and I was laughing the whole time, so I thought I'd make it clear. But
whatever, man.
That's it. No more energy given to this bullshit.
To women.
To women. These trollops. I'm gonna use old-timey insults from now on. These clams. Jezebels. These harlots.
Your favorite insult, those clams.
That makes me laugh every time. I don't know why.
It does. It hits your funny bone pretty much every time.
I think the hardest I've ever. I don't remember who came up with the joke. It might have been me, but when it was like a shitty lesbian bar, calling it a clam dive bar. I think that's nice. I like hit me in the best possible way. But anyway. Let's delve into the theme of
whatever. We're rolling, man.
Well, I know, but we got to get to bed. All right, we're all fucking tired. So, today's movie that we will be discussing is Troy, the classic based on the epic of the Iliad and the Odyssey.
The Odyssey, yeah.
The Odyssey, whatever. I don't fucking know. Those are two separate things, aren't they? Listen, I don't read. So
you ain't reading that for sure.
It's called an epic for a reason.
Yeah.
By the glorious Brad Pitt stars as Achilles, who in this movie they take like a somewhat grounded approach, is like they're not outright saying that he's a god, like that people believe that he's a god, but it's more portrayed like he's just an excellent fighter and he's so good that people believe that he's a god. Basically the whole movie stems off the fact that the prince's brother made a poor decision to get some pussy. He not
there, who has
they're finally brokering peace between Greece
Yep.
and Sparta, and they finally agree. It's
Troy.
gonna be whatever.
Yep.
Troy and Sparta.
Sparta. Yep.
Sparta? There we go. I've been drinking a lot. We should probably like watch these movies before we talk about
Oh
them.
no,
But
no,
that's
I don't need to. What do you need to know about this
yeah.
movie? It's one of my favorites.
do you want to run through it real quick?
Dude, I fucking love this movie. So Orlando Bloom's bitch ass, he steals the king of Sparta's wife away.
Right after
Throws
they
her
broker
away.
the peace, he just
Literally.
sneaks her onto a boat and they're out of there. Helena of Troy.
Yeah, the most beautiful woman ever, and in the movie.
Did you know that was Diane Kruger? Okay, so the German actress spy in Inglourious Bastards,
Yes,
and the female protagonist in National Treasure.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I did not know that was Diane Kruger.
Yeah, I would not have put it together, but as soon as you said it, I was like, yeah.
Go on.
Eric Bana, who plays
Prince Hector.
Hector. He finds out, gets really pissed off, wants to turn around, and then just says, we've come too far. Kind of like Harold and Kumar walking down the hallway. And
We've come too far.
Yeah. And he's just like, well, it is what it is. And the fucking the king, Priam,
He's like
was just like
all pissed off.
This is awesome. Cool. Sounds great. No, the king of Troy.
Oh yeah.
He was just like, well, they can't get past our walls, so.
Oh, I guess my son made, after we lost, all this lives to the war, and we finally managed to, by the grace of the gods, finally broker a peace agreement between these two warring cities and now countries, whatever. And now my son has ruined it because he wanted to get some pussy and claimed that it's love.
Yep.
And I'm just like, well, I love my son, I guess. So these are the type. It's the type of dad that, like, when his son's like a fucking 35-year-old still trying to be a rapper, would still give him money to try and help launch his rap career.
He's just around the corner. It's one break.
I'm almost there, Dad. I can feel this next album's the one.
Yeah. But anyway, Greece, all of the Greek army converge on Troy, and Troy's winning because of their walls, and eventually that's when the Trojan horse comes in, where Greeks hid in a trophy. I guess you can say a statue.
It was supposed to be
horse.
like a peace offering.
Yeah. And they brought it in the gates, and the Greeks burnt down the city from within the inside, and then opened up the gates and let the rest in. But
right.
Now it's a dirty fucking trick. But
yeah, now the little addendums in this story, one of the most important things that happen, Achilles being the good fighter that he is, but also super arrogant, just occasionally decides like not to go into battle. So he's just like, I'm not here for like I'm here for my own glory. I'm not here for your shit. So his cousin, who, there are many rumors in history and throughout films,
many rumors about that. No one
about
knows.
Him and his cousin.
Well, it wasn't his
bond.
cousin. It was It was his
back then. It wouldn't have mattered.
No.
Back then, it wouldn't have mattered even if it was his cousin.
Yeah, true.
Dude,
Yeah.
First cousin marriages still alive and well in many countries today. I can assure you. I was there.
And we call ourselves the land of the free.
That's true. In most states, first cousin. Actually, I think all states' first cousin marriages are legal. Second cousin marriages are legal in a very few states.
Yeah, and then you got third in my family, so that's fun.
Did you?
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I didn't know what side to set on. When you get serious? To the I believe third, maybe fourth. I can't remember.
You're fucking with me.
Dude, no, it's nope. And it's at this point, it's so just it's fine now. But it was talked about for a little bit.
I've known you for 12 fucking years, and I just found out that you have
because it's such not a big deal in my family anymore.
That should be a pretty fucking big deal. I'm sorry, but that should be a really fucking big deal.
Kid looks fine.
Does he walk fine? Does he talk fine?
Yeah, got some growing to do still. We'll see, but
how old's the kid?
3, 4, something like that.
Okay, keep me updated on that.
We'll keep you posted. Keep tuned. Stay tuned.
How many fingers?
All of it, man. All of it.
All of it and then some. Okay.
Looking good.
Anyway, his cousin lover dons his Achilles armor and goes out, and because he trains with Achilles all the time, he fights and moves a lot like Achilles. So Achilles, like, band of fighters follow him into battle thinking that it's him. The guy ends up getting killed by Prince Hector of Troy, the older brother of the philanderer. What is fucking Orlando Bloom's character's name?
I can't fucking remember, man.
Okay, so Orlando Bloom's older brother ends up killing the cousin lover, and this sends Achilles into an absolute rage, because his cousin was killed.
Yep.
Anyway, so he calls out Hector and for a one-on-one combat, and they have an epic fight scene that's very interesting.
Super awesome.
Loved it. And then eventually Achilles gets the better of Hector and kills him. Not only does he kill him, he then hooks him up to his fucking chariot and drags him face down all the way back to the fucking camp for fucking Greece.
In the story, he does it for like days.
Like just completely ruining the body, like making him look like fucking mush. Like, yeah. And then eventually the king comes in and pleads with Achilles to give him back his son so that he can give him like a proper burial so that he can like, properly go into the afterlife. Burial of the gods.
That's it always bothered me how he said the gods. But there's so this movie, there's so many epic lines in it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the dialogue itself is good, but then the fighting is fantastic.
Yes. A lot of epic dialogue delivered by Brad Pitt in the most ridiculous and pointless accent I think I've ever heard. Like I don't know what accent he's trying to go for. Mm-hmm. It just keeps going in between like British, American, and like unknown. It's very strange when they do that.
Yeah, I don't really like that you're tearing it down a little bit, so let's kind of keep it.
His accent was trash. Like, what do you want me to say?
And then when he's on the steps of the temple of Apollo, that is,
mm-hmm.
They do like an upshot at him, and there's a plane going by in the sky.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, yeah. So if you ever watch it again, just try to. I think it's after they sack the temple of Apollo. He comes out, and that's when he takes off his helmet for that epic shot, and then I believe the plane's flying over.
Okay.
That cat is fucking aggressive, man.
Yeah, she spends most of her days like alone in the apartment, and then you come back and she's just like meow, 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 meow.
And look at you giving the cat attention. How can anyone call you a misogynist?
Yes, I care about pussy. All right, I care about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I was cat, by the way.
I was dancing around it, and you just went straight in. You're like, yes. Fuck it, I'm jumping in both feet.
Yeah, I definitely make misogynistic jokes, but it doesn't make me one. Like,
yeah, who doesn't really?
Yeah.
Did you say someone had a comment about us or our podcast or something? Didn't you? Or
this was it. It was the misogynist.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it.
So because I thought you being labeled something was different than a comment about our podcast.
No. That was the thing. Because I don't even know if it was our podcast or a different podcast. It doesn't really matter. But
the two Jog podcasts, I don't think there was anything worse than what maybe we said on here, misogynistic.
I don't know, dude. I don't care. I'm not gonna.
I don't even.
It's like literally they started telling me about it, And then I was just like, okay,
I would love
fine.
the clip though. I want the clip so we can post it.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
That would be very interesting.
Yeah. If you know if a female comic can get that for you, one of your friends.
Nah, I'm not going to talk about it too much more because I don't want
I'm
leak
going to
discovered.
label you.
I don't want the leak discovered because I don't want to stop. You know, I don't want to out them, and then now they're in trouble.
I don't care if they're insulted or they're upset, but whatever.
So now that's the plot of the movie, and the major theme of it was just really stupid decisions made in an effort to get laid, and which we've all done.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people they'll lie. I don't feel like I ever, as far as I can remember, I never directly lied to anybody in order to get laid. I may have, tried to seem cooler than I was, but I never lied about well, that's not true. I used to lie about my job when I was in the military just because I didn't want to explain what I did to everybody. So I used to lie. I used to just give a simpler version of my job. I don't think it would have made any difference. But one of the hold on, let me pull this up. I found this interesting article, and by interesting I mean very poorly written article.
By a female or a male?
Not a fucking clue.
That might be important because we can maybe see if it's skewed one way or the other.
Listen, I don't see gender, so I don't.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So it's just the 14 things guys will tell to get laid, and number 1 has your name written all over it. No, really, I'm single.
Yeah, broke up with her a week ago. Just didn't want to tell anyone. Because
is that what you went with?
Oh fuck yeah! I mean, I've been there.
Broke up with her a week ago. I just didn't want to tell.
I didn't want to tell anyone because it was painful. And then you play the broken guy. Are you kidding me? No, really, I'm single. Number 1, I'm here. Been there.
Okay, yeah, I've definitely I've never cheated. So
live a little, man. Jesus, do it now.
I've been cheated on a lot. I've been cheated on. Oh, I should do it now. Like the first time I'm in a healthy adult relationship, I should just blow it.
Yeah.
I might be interested in having a relationship with you later on, a lot later.
Maybe she'll clarify, or they will clarify later, or yeah. But for me, it was, I'm not ready to be in a relationship yet. And I never came. That never came.
Yeah. I've been the problem isn't, saying this and not meaning it. The problem that I always ran into was I was very upfront about saying, listen, I am not at all interested in a relationship right now. I was like, I just got out of one. I was like, I'm just kind of trying to have fun and all that. And they'll say they're okay, thinking that you're going to change your mind and not letting you know that that's what they're actually thinking.
Yeah.
So it's like how bad do you want me to feel for this? Now I have, I've done some shitty things, just not this. I've definitely done some very shitty things.
All right, let's keep going and see how much I have done.
Number 3 is just a paid ad, and this really pisses me off.
Yeah, well.
The best dating relationships advice on the web, sponsored. If you're reading this, check out Relationship Hero, a site. So literally one of the rather than including this, as an ad, they put it as one of the 14. This is why I say this is very poorly fucking done.
Well, I mean, at the same time, number 3 could be just showing a girl an ad.
Okay. So number 4, I believe you.
I don't.
True story. I used to make up obvious lies to see how far guys would go in saying that they believe me just so they could get laid. So this is a number where you're saying, I lie a lot, and they're trusting, and that makes them a bad guy. No, it makes you a liar.
I will tell you, in high school, I would believe them. In college, I'd call them out and see how it worked.
I don't know. I feel like I was so desperate to please anyone, even if they weren't going to have sex with me and I knew they were going to have sex with me. I just wanted them to like me, that I probably would have done this like
Well,
several times.
I mean, you know me, like I was kind of an asshole to most people, and everyone was just like, "Oh, that's just stock." That's how he is.
Yeah, and you got away with the shit, and I just did not.
Yeah.
Like, I would be nicer to them, and I would get called the asshole, and I was like, he called you a cunt. I didn't. I made a joke about your eyebrows. What is? I don't understand. How am I the asshole?
Yeah.
You're easy. I hate you. Of course, when being nice doesn't work, some idiots will lash out at girls in hopes of hurting their confidence to the point that they just do as told.
Nagging, I think this is called.
Negging. It's called negging.
Negging.
Saying negative compliments. You try to bring them down. I think I've done this not like intentionally, but I think like always just like playful jokes. You know what I mean?
Oddly enough, the people that I negged, whatever you want to call it, I didn't want to fuck. Like, if you were my friend, I would actually.
You were trying to be
insult you more.
standoffish. You're trying to be like, yeah, man, not interesting in chicks with buck teeth. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to fuck you because of that.
No, it never worked for me. I didn't do it. I was more sweet.
No, you didn't.
I've never done this.
I absolutely have never done this.
No.
I'm a feminist. Like, yeah. No, absolutely not.
Do I believe in equal pay and equal opportunity? Fuck yes, I do. But I'm not burning any brawls with you. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I argued with.
Listen, I haven't done it, but I will not back down that I think it would be hilarious to sleep with a girl who in her profile that says like, if you're a Trump supporter, fucking swipe left, not interested. I think it would be hilarious to hook up with that girl and then just like, as you're going to grab your shirt, just put on like a Trump 2020 shirt, like after you have sex.
So I'm thinking wake up earlier than her and have a Magna hat.
Magna?
MAGA.
Jesus Christ, man.
I mean, I know I need to get used to it again.
It's 4 letters, dude. It's 4 letters. It's 4 letters.
I need to get back used to saying it. He's coming back next month.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking campaign again. I'll vote for you. But I always thought that would be hilarious. It'd be hilarious to do it either way, not just like if you don't bleed red, white, and blue, and if you fucking voted for Biden, swipe left, pussy. I also would do the same thing to them. It's just funny to fuck with people whose entire identity is that.
Yeah. And I think I've said this before. If you believe so hard into something, I'm instantly going to take the other opinion.
Yeah.
View.
I almost like
every time.
Like a lot of times when I go back home, I'm kind of just like sliding in like little like, actually,
yeah.
There's a lot of fucking Democratic policies and pretty.
If you get past the stuttering, he makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like exactly. I was like, listen, man, you don't know what he's done, and then I'm the complete opposite, and it's just because it's way more enjoyable to live your life slightly messing with people and watching them get upset than it is to delve that deep into stuff
the fact that people care so much. I don't know if I care that much about really anything. So if you like,
apparently you care that much about Troy.
I do. You're right, but it's not important things.
Okay, this is something that neither of us have done. I'm unbelievably good in bed, for real.
No,
we do the exact opposite. Mm-hmm. We always undersell. Listen, you undersell.
Yeah.
You undersell.
Penis size and sexual prowess.
I was like, I can't find it. Like, I have such a thick bush that like most of the time I can't find it when I have to pee.
Yeah, I'm all bush and balls.
Like I just pee and then my bush gets soaked and then it just slowly drips out and that's
Yeah, we don't.
I had a dude in Iraq. We were working together, and he was bragging about the fact that he's got all these chicks waiting for him when he gets back home, and he's like, dude, I was like, And it's like I make him come hard, and then like they're fucking waiting for. I got all these chicks waiting for me,
Jesus.
and I was like, dude, like, I mean, you think that, but like the female orgasm like isn't real, and I committed to that so hard that he like legitimately thought that's how I felt, and I was just like, dude, and I was like, they're all faking it, they're all like being nice, but like it's not real.
That's
And
God's punishment.
It was so funny to watch him like try and argue that, because it was basically like I was basically adopting, like, I'm a flat earther. And I'm just like, and it's just like, listen, I'm not going to listen to whatever you say. It's like, my opinions are my opinions. They're not real. You've never made a woman come because a woman's never come. They're not real. It's a scientific fact that women don't have orgasms. Listen, they don't need to have an orgasm in order to have a baby. A man does. It's fake. They're all just trying to participate in something that they can't. And that's what I would go with for fucking like 6 months.
They just want to fit in.
Yeah. They just want to participate, man. My girlfriend isn't as hot as you. I assume you've also done this. And it's like, yeah, I know I got a girlfriend, but you're so much hotter.
Yep.
You have to, oh my God. You're an actual piece of shit.
Do you want me to say or lie to you?
What the fuck?
Oddly enough, a lot of the times the girl wasn't hotter than my girlfriend.
It wasn't about that. It wasn't her.
Yep. You're hotter because you're not her.
Oh my God. So in a way, she was hotter.
Yeah.
It's hotter to have sex with you because you're not her. Jesus Christ.
Because it's forbidden.
It's like the same as like stepmom sex, man. It's just like it's not supposed to happen. It's taboo.
No. Kinda.
Well, kinda.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, my dad.
Not even close. Like
my
not
dad
even
owns a
remotely
dealership. I have a
close.
Lamborghini. My friend and I once we tried to tell people that we were in the band The Gorillas, because all their music videos are them animated.
You've said that. You've said that.
It didn't work.
They're like, which one are you? And you guys couldn't produce a name.
I was like, and they're like, no, it was they knew the band really well.
Oh.
And they were like, no, you're not. And I was like, oh shit, I guess.
We'll try it on someone else.
I'm like, all right, well, I kind of shot us down. It was like, it's like the first time you try something, if it just goes so horrifically bad that you just don't want to do it anymore. Like the first time you stepped on a football field, if you just had a guy twice your size just knock you unconscious, you'd be like, I don't want to fucking do this anymore.
I actually wish I could remember what it felt like to step on a football field as a player the first time.
The first time, I'm sure I was fucking
you're
shitting my pants.
Fourth grade, something. I don't know when you guys start, but we were like fourth grade.
I remember the last step I took off the football field. I had our dear friend Caleb. And this is so stupid, but I thought it was like poetic and like a really good thing to do. I like in my mind, I was like, this means something. So the last step that I took off of a football field, I fired off the line. I got in a 3-point stance, and I was like, I want my last step off the field to be as hard as I can go. I don't want to just walk off. I want to end it.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid. In my head at the time,
I get it.
In my head, I was like, this is the thing, man.
Yeah, I completely understand. It's so dumb, but
it's so stupid.
I understand. I get it.
That's probably one of the most embarrassing things that I've said on here. As an adult, man, I've told horrible stories about horrible things that I've done and horrible things that have been done to me. And this is like,
I'm definitely going to tell people that cringy story.
I'm cringing.
I'm definitely going to tell people about that.
It fucking sucks.
Story.
It fucking sucks.
That's dumb. That's great.
Oh, shit. All right. Number 10. No one else makes me feel the way that you do. As in horny. Horny, as in horny at that particular moment. I've definitely done this. I've definitely been like,
there it is.
I've definitely been like sexting and been like, this is the hottest thing I've ever seen. Like, oh my God, I've never had my dick rise you're so fucking hot, and they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, really. And like a lot of times, like I will like be like sexting and then I'll be tired, so I'll just jerk off, and like because I'm not gonna just like send them a pic and like force them to send me a pic if like increase it, because like I'm not gonna get off to like a titty pic. Like I can definitely younger me
High
could.
school, yeah, for
But
sure.
like, oh
easy.
yeah, that would be the cream of the crop, if you will, and make me
Yeah.
cream. But like later, like, you know, sometimes you're in it and you're doing it and you're like, yeah. And then sometimes it's just like, well, they're still in the mood and I am not. I'm either tired or I finished or whatever. But like, I don't want them to feel bad. So I'm just gonna, you know, keep going along with it. So I'm literally like watching YouTube videos and then like swiping down on Snapchat and being like, yeah, it's the hottest thing I ever seen. And then like I'm laughing because something made me laugh. And yeah, it's so crazy. My dick's so throbbing. Like I came like 3 minutes ago. Like so I definitely
dude, I can't stand that women continue to go. Like you know how guys always make that joke that like once they come like that remorse or whatever.
yeah.
Back in the day, dating me, not dating me, whatever. As soon as I came, I am 100% uninterested in anything you're saying or doing for the next hour. Like as soon as I'm like, I'm done talking to you.
So to me, it was always like a mixed bag where it's like, if I'm really into the person and like, and I had like, it was really good sex, I'm going to be laying there like, I think I'm fucking in love with this bitch. Like I will do anything for you. But if it's, you know, if it's truly, and it's been said a fucking 100 times, I know, but truly like you will like not realize that you're not that into the person until after. And you're like, oh my God, like, was that really just horniness? Like, I thought this was something. Was that really just horniness? Oh, fuck.
I've done it to where I've known that I'm really not interested in this person.
I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure.
But
I have to at some
because
point.
I'm in that mood. But I've used girls to get off easily.
Yeah, I think.
And I'm talking about not just
most
sex.
people do.
I'm talking about like, I mean, even sexting. I've done that.
Yeah, I have too. I can't think of any specific instances, but
This is a really stupid way to put it. Go ahead and say it.
you've got a banging body.
That's a
If a
stupid
guy
way
keeps
to
telling
put
you
it.
about how hot your body is, so hold on. So this is supposedly like lies that men tell. So this is basically just people like saying like, this is your own insecurity. Like you won't believe that you have a good body. This is
I will say that I have both meant it and lied saying this type of compliment.
also true. But what am I supposed to say? I'm like, you're the best I think I can do tonight.
Yeah.
Is that what you want me to say?
Quite
You're the best I think I can do tonight.
Quite honestly, like, yeah, you think about it, like, even if she's got like, you're like, oh, she's really hot, and then she sends you some orangutan titties. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna be like, you've got orangutan titties? No, you're gonna suck it up and you're gonna tell her, hey, that's really nice, and then never ask her for it.
Or have the like the, and I'm sure like eventually if I get back in shape, I'll have the same thing. But like, have you seen the like lost a shitload of weight body where it's just like, oh, you were big.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's like it's a shocker.
Yeah.
But you can't like, you know, you can't be an asshole because like it's still
because you don't
it's still nice. It's still nice. I'm still gonna enjoy this.
I know it sounds like we're kind of making an excuse or trying to make us seem like good people, but we are like, I legitimately don't want it to. If a girl is going to send me a nude, like I don't want her to feel bad. Like
no.
I'm going
if
to tell her
if she's like harassing me and won't stop sending me shit, which has never ever happened, but like
this girl just keeps sending me
she just won't stop sending me pictures of her tits. Like what the fuck? Like
not a problem a guy has ever had.
Like I'm sure it's a problem that like super handsome dudes, especially like famous handsome dudes, I'm sure that's a problem they have all the time. It's just constant DMs.
Has that
constant
problem.
DMs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's like constantly getting DMs of being like of like fuck me, look at my titties, look at my post, like look at my butthole.
Yeah.
Like some people have that problem. I've never had that problem.
No.
Usually it's completely the opposite.
Oh, for girls, yeah, it's completely opposite. They're like, well, you could stop sending me your dick.
Yeah, oh, it's like a friend of ours received unsolicited dick pics, and we
Go
completely fucked with
see
the guy.
fucking episode 1 of Jog. Just the part where they
listen, just watch the chunk of it where we fucking
that's
read the text message
that is
exchange.
good.
We should just put up his face in the episode. Why not? We said his name. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
You're too good for me.
Have you said this?
No. Maybe I've said something along the lines of like, and I was like, you're like, I misread. I thought the girl like wasn't like down to sleep around, so I was just like, it seems like you're looking for more, so I'll probably just like I've cut it off. And then come to find out that she was totally down to sleep around. I just misread it, so I cost myself like a good like fuck buddy there for a little while, because I just kind of, I was just like, she came off as that she was interested in something long term. It wouldn't be cool with it. So rather than like have that awkward conversation, I just kind of like pulled back and like talked to her less, and just like didn't go on a second date. And then just I can't remember why, but randomly talked to her again, and then just found out she's like, oh yeah, I totally would have fucked that night. She's like, I would have loved it. I was like, oh shit, I'm an idiot. So,
what am I supposed to just rape you in the off chance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But let's not bring up that guy.
Have you done it?
I can very confidently say I've never done that.
You said like, you're not good enough for me. Like, you fucking gutter trash whore. Like, what are you talking about?
Even if I don't say it, there was a time, and it was a lot of years, where I definitely thought I was better than others.
Oh yeah.
Like in the females.
I think it wasn't probably until your wife that like you would say like, I'm very lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. And I've been with my wife, I don't know, maybe 6 years. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Congratulations to the lovely couple. Anyway, I just want to cuddle. Take off your clothes. We don't have to have sex.
Well, that middle part, no.
Yeah, no. I just want to cuddle. We don't have to have sex. I've had so many times where we're cuddling and they do the ass wiggle up against your dick and like they press back, and then you go to make a move and they're like, no, I told you we're not having sex. And we're like, okay, but you got to quit doing the ass wiggle. Okay. The ass wiggle is absolute signal to fuck. Like, you're not that uncomfortable. Like, listen, if you do like a slight shift, like, you know, once or twice or even 3 times, but you're wiggling, you're rubbing up against it, you know what's going on.
For me, just fucking take it as a compliment. It means I'm attracted to you. Yes, I'm going. It's pressed up against you. It is 100% involuntary. Am I mad that it's there? No. But I legitimately had back then especially, I had no control over it. None whatsoever.
Dude, I remember being at a school dance. I think it was a freshman, and I was dancing. Girl had on like a tight red dress, and we were dancing, and I started to get, we were doing like grinding, and I started to get hard, and I like basically like I just kind of like turned away and was just like pressing my leg towards her so that she wouldn't do it. Dude, she fucking grabbed me and like by the belt and like yanked me into it and started just rubbing against my hard dick, and I was just like, this is the greatest day of my life. Like, I hadn't done anything with a girl. I was freshman year. I hadn't done anything yet, and I was just like, and now I'm just like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And like, here's the thing, I don't think I ever even kissed that girl ever, but she was rubbing her ass against my dick on the dance floor. I'm pretty sure it was freshman year, and it was just like, this is the greatest. This is one of the greatest days of my entire life.
Yeah. I mean, you could have walked home 3 miles in torrential downpours, and you would have got home, and your dad would have been like, "How was tonight?" And you're like, "Greatest night of my life."
This is the greatest night of my life.
It's awesome.
And I definitely immediately like like as soon as I got home, I was like,
Violently.
oh, there's so much. Why is there so much? Oh god. It looked like the shitty Ghostbusters remake when she first fires the fucking gun. She's just getting launched all over the room.
Or in Dumber and Dumber when Bob Saget enters the bathroom.
Oh, there's shit everywhere. It's all over the walls. Dude, and you know what really bums me out is that she was really close with this friend who I in middle school had like a three-way dance with, where like I was dancing with the same girl in front of me, and then her friend she was the first girl to get big tits in middle school, and the big tits were like, she was like dancing behind me, and like her boobs were like behind me, and I was just like, this is fucking awesome. This is awesome. And I ended up dating the girl with the big tits and going to a movie, and I was too scared to make a move. I couldn't.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't.
Everyone's been there.
Literally, like 2/3 of the way through the movie, I had the confidence to put my arm around her. I couldn't. And what was really funny is that my dad knew that I was going on a date with my girlfriend to the movies, and he picked me up. I think he was working. It was like a Saturday, and he picked me up, and he had one or two of his friends in the car that were helping him work, and I just straight lied. And they asked me, he's like, so how was the movie? And I just made a joke. I was like, there was a movie? And they all was like, oh, that's your boy. I was like, I put my shoulder around her for 20 minutes. That was it. I didn't have the balls, man. I was such a fucking scared kid.
Dude, I remember when, like, not this, but like interlocking was such a big deal.
Ooh.
And now I complain when my wife wants to hold my hand.
Like, I got fucking sweaty hands. Don't do
That's it. I'm wearing this. People know.
Dude, I had an ex that like the hands had to be held a specific way, or else like there was no, and like she would like no, it has to go this way, and I'd purposefully grab it the wrong way like most of the time, and act like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. Last one. Let's watch some Netflix. This is the classic Netflix and chill. Listen, it became absolutely like a signal that you were going to fuck if you said like, yeah, you want to come over, like just, Netflix and chill. Like once it became common vernacular, you were able to say like we're gonna fuck without saying we're gonna fuck. Yeah. It was one of the greatest gifts the internet ever gave.
Do you remember that oh so sweet sound of an AOL Instant Messenger popping up?
Dude, oh wait, there's more? Oh shit.
Oh, there's 15.
Oh, so number 3 was okay. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
But dude, AOL Instant Messenger, do you have it?
Dude, absolutely, it was the shit, man. I loved it.
There is no better feeling than being like, oh, someone, I'm just gonna see who's online. Listen, and you get that sound, and you're like,
dude, I didn't have internet, but I would spend the summers, most of the days, like they would drive me into the town where my dad worked and drop me off at my friend Billy's house. And I would just hang out there all the time. And a lot of people came over. Everybody in Bell Center would like come over to that house. And we would take turns being on AOL because he had internet. And dude, I was chatting it up with one of the cutest fucking girls in school. And I couldn't believe she was giving me attention.
Just making your MySpace page.
Oh my God. MySpace was later for me. MySpace was much later.
Right.
Basically, I had MySpace for like a year and then a year or two and then Facebook.
AOL is by far the best thing that ever happened to us.
I loved it. I did sexting. I did sexting on AOL before I knew what I was talking about. We were just using song lyrics. Like what I was talking to girls, like, I'm going to come over. I was like, I'll bring the peaches, you bring the cream, and like that. That's no bullshit. That was an actual exchange that I had with somebody.
I would have to text until 9 o'clock, and then we can talk
and
for free nights and weekends.
then we could jerk off. And then I could jerk off
Unlimited
on the
nights
phone.
and weeks. Yeah.
And
then you would get that you'd get that picture message because you have to click the download. It didn't just automatically show up on your phone like it does now. You had to click the download. So you get a picture message, you'd be like,
no.
I mean,
no. Is it? Did she? Titty!
dude, the instant gratification kids get nowadays is bullshit because we worked for it and it was so great.
It was like, dude, like going over to your friend's house and like discovering like their dad's Playboy collection. Like we went through, and because we didn't want to like just take whole magazines because he'd notice, we'd go through and just carefully rip out pages and just take pages out of the Playboy magazine.
Kenny's stepdad, hell of a collection of porns.
Nice.
Hell of a collection. It was very nice.
Good for him, dude. So I was telling you, I was talking to the cutest girl in school.
Mm-hmm.
I get to school like the next day, and her screen name, by the way, was Q, the letter T with a booty, QT with a booty.
They're so clever.
So clever. The screen. I wish I could remember what my screen name was. It was probably
something
fucking awful,
horribly stupid.
It was like Reamer 69 or something.
Dude, so fucking stupid. I bet because
420 Reamer 69,
Blue Devil something.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
But so I get to school. I think the next day after this. So I guess this wouldn't have been during the summer, but get to school and a different girl with the same first name who I had mistaken had printed out the conversation and was talking to everyone about it. And I was like, so I'm learning that it wasn't the super, super cute popular girl, learning that it was this girl, and learning that she had told everybody and had printouts as proof all at once. And I was like, what a weird thing. Why would you print them out? That's so strange. It was like I think maybe she told people that this is what the conversation we were having, and somebody didn't believe her, so it's just like, I'll fucking show you. Like, bam, look at this.
What grade was this again?
Oh, fucking sixth grade.
I would have destroyed her.
Dude,
by the time we were done, I'd be in the principal's office easily. I would have absolutely destroyed her because I said some hurtful shit for a long time. So I will say some shit to where the principal's going, where did you hear that? I'd be like, don't worry about it. My brother's 6 years older than me. Fucking chill. Because, Kevin showed me a lot of stuff.
Dude, you know what?
Comedy.
You know what? For old time's sake, like, I want to, like, go in and buy, like, a magazine and just, like, work my way through. Like, it would probably take, like, months because, like, I don't jerk off that often. But it would probably take, like, months. But just work my way through and see if I could use the magazine to...
I don't think I'm looking at a magazine. If I'm started already, I look at the magazine. But if you're talking to me like I'm sitting here like I am now, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna open up a magazine, it's not gonna get me going.
I would.
If I watch porn and then like, you know what, let's put the porn down and let's open up the magazine.
That was one of my favorites is finding porn, like mixing in porn with like sexting exchanges. Like I was doing that for a while. I had a long distance thing going on for a very long time. With I think probably twice in my life. And so that was one of my things where I would just mix in, and I would, to my credit of how sweet a guy I am, I would find porn that kind of resembled them or kind of, done things that we had done before.
Oh my God.
Dude,
it's so romantic.
I was listen, I'm a sweet guy deep down. I respect women
very easily.
don't respect cunts.
Dude, mixing porn and sexting. I mean, there's nothing better.
Dude, well, actual sex, but
No, it's very
no. I stand by what I said.
It's very disappointing.
Sexting is better than sex.
I can get a girl off by her thinking about it, but
when it comes time to actually do it. Dude, like there's like so many times where just like I'll be like having sex and then the girl will just like reach down and start taking stuff and I'm like, thank you. Like I'm fucking
I get it. I'm
throwing everything I got at it, but if you're willing to help, like pitch in, like do a portion of the work, okay? I'm doing all of the work. Do your part. Like participate in this. We are working towards your orgasm. Yeah. Help me help you come.
They don't have orgasms. So.
Well, yeah, but like, some women still think that it's possible. So like they're sitting there waiting, like, why the fuck haven't I come yet? It's like,
and you're like, well, it's not coming ever.
It's like,
no one.
Because you're a woman. Maybe trans women come. I don't know. We'll see. That's an interesting experiment.
Don't you know one?
I know a couple.
Dude, I feel like I should have like we should get like a woke coach on here and just be like, okay, so what can we say? And she'd be like, well, you can't say that. And then we just be like, so we can't say that, and then just say some outrageous shit.
They're like, no, and they just like spray us with a squirt bottle.
We act like we legitimately don't understand.
Yeah, they're gonna see right through that shit. Trust me. And even if they didn't see right through it, they would assume that we were fucking doing hate speech anyway.
We should get like Nicole Cheerleader on to do that shit because she does it all the time.
She doesn't want to be associated with us at this point. I think we're too far into this.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Listen, like we just have to come to the acceptance that some of our friends like us don't like what we do, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like I love them as friends, and I'm glad I have them as friends, and they're good people. But we don't see eye to eye on a lot of shit.
We spew a lot of shit that you don't like.
We talk it, yeah.
We got it.
And they know like that we don't mean it, so they're not gonna like disavow us, but they're not gonna be like, I'm not gonna enjoy like listening to that and participating in it. Like you just do your thing, it's not my thing, and I don't have to like it. And that's how you should treat these things as an adult human being.
That's how it's been with her.
That's fine. Do your thing.
Do
your thing. It's not my thing. I know you don't mean I know you're trying to be funny, but like I'm not gonna enjoy it. So why would I be a part of it? So yeah, and that's how. Listen, as adults, if you don't like a thing, it doesn't mean that it's evil,
or that the other people need to stop doing it. Just don't be a part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy. Go about your fucking day.
That's right.
I always get on that where I think I've discussed it on here before, where University of Findlay here in town, they'll have a drag show and people in town are just fucking appalled. And I'm like, dude, it's a Tuesday and you're still going to bed at 8:00.
Just nobody cares. Like,
nobody fucking cares.
It's a thing. Like, you could be mad if it was like a mandatory assembly at school, maybe.
Yes.
Or it's like, okay, this is a little strange. But, if they're putting together a show, if you want to go to it, go to it. If you don't want to go to it, don't fucking go to it.
You know who cares about the show? The people that are there. And no one else needs to fucking care.
Yes. That's
it's always the craziest. Pride Month just recently. Mm-hmm. Findlay puts the pride flag like on like the main intersection right in front of the courthouse, and people flip up. Guess I'm doing burnouts today. Like, fucking sweet, dude. Sweet. You're so fucking cool.
What I really like is like you get the on the fence like homophobes where they're like, there's like, listen, nothing wrong, whatever, do your thing, just keep it away from me. The second like you get them to hang around a couple of like cool, fun gay people, they're kind of like you could just see like in their head, like it bothers. They're like, fuck, I like that person. Like, well, what do I do with my hatred now?
I like him, but he takes dick, so that's got to be.
I always I feel like when you find out that somebody's like actually like racist or like anti-gay who you liked, it's like so heartbreaking. You're like, no, I like it's retarded. Oh no.
Yeah. Like this might sound really bad. I like racist jokes. I think it's funny.
Yes.
They're funny.
But most of the time, I feel like most people can tell the difference.
Yeah, that transition to where you're like, that wasn't a joke.
Where you're like, like you'll tell like like a street joke, or it's like maybe it involves like black people, and then the other person comes with a n-word with a hard er, and you're like, oh no, I wasn't trying to do this. This wasn't my thing. Like oh man, you're a real one, dude. I'm telling you, everyone. It's with the internet confusing people, it's hard to sometimes remember what real racism looks like. A stupid joke that's like a pun about Asians or whatever. It's like, yeah, you can make the argument that it's racist, but then you go to certain towns and then you see people with certain tattoos and you're like, oh, this is real racist.
Speaking of which, I just rewatched American History X,
and those are the tattoos I'm talking about, dude. Like, I went to a fucking town, and then there were like people sitting on front porch, rebel flag. And listen, you can make the argument that the rebel flag isn't racist, but
it is.
Most racists probably have a rebel flag,
so dude, American History X, when I watched it, it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It just like the whole time I'm watching it, I'm just like, if someone comes in here that's black, I'm shot. Because they have a 9. I mean, let's not be silly. They've got a gun on.
No, that would be like really it'd be like one of those. So let's say you're watching American History X. Like you're doing it, and that scene of like biting the curb is like coming up, and then all of a sudden you get a fucking Snapchat of some titties and your dick wiggles, and you're like, well, fuck it. So like you're like sexting, like jerking off, and then that scene comes up, and then somebody walks in, and all they see is you jerking off to the scene where he murdered that black dude.
What if it's on in the background and you're not really paying attention? You're like, you haven't even looked up. I mean, you heard the Hardy R multiple times, but you're not really paying attention because you're sexting. You come during American History X. Racist?
Right there. You weren't until that moment, but that orgasm might make you racist. The same way that like if you're happen to be like molested at a young age, it might turn you in, you might connect children and adults. A lot of victims become offenders in that scenario. Like it opens up that neural pathway with your being sexually aroused. So it is possible that you could not be racist going into the orgasm, but leave the orgasm racist.
Right.
Like you literally can't come.
Like oddly enough, like Amazon drops off a rebel flag as soon as you come.
Or
like, I didn't even order this.
Or it's just like or it just so happens that like as you're coming, like you hear like a burnout, and then just a rebel flag like drives by, and you're like, ah! And
you feel the urge to say yeehaw.
And you're just like, send them back to Africa.
If you don't like it here.
So it's just like 99% of your life is spent being a good person who treats people equally. But you cannot come without being racist. Where it's just like, that's your kink. Like some people
but how
on each other. Some people are into peeing on each other. So
like how racist? Like you mean like thinking racist thoughts? Because
maybe you just need to.
That's not an infliction. That I can take that. That's easy.
Well, here's the thing. Like when you're a kid, like anything's super easy. Like you can jerk off to like a fucking bra ad, and you can jerk off to that.
Yeah.
You know, but eventually you're gonna run out. So like, you know, yeah, you can come to, you know, a rebel flag now, but then you're gonna have to watch the scene in American History X, and then you're gonna have to watch videos of like real racists, and then eventually you're gonna have to commit hate crimes, or else you can't come.
Okay, so the progression, kind
What
of
a-
like kind of like a serial killer that kills like animals at first, you know.
Yeah,
There's the progression.
that's the only way you're gonna get your racist orgasm, man.
Yeah, because you know, if I could just think racist thoughts and like keep it to myself, you can curse me with that. That's fine.
Yeah, but then you treat everybody perfect as long as you're not
Yeah.
turned on.
Exactly. Well, I still treat them with respect. I just think horrible thoughts.
Mhm.
Like if as long as I can keep it right up here in the noggin,
Yeah.
curse me with it. I
No,
don't give
dude, that's a
shit.
thought crime. That's a thought crime. You can't have that.
I wonder if that's a real thing. I wonder if people, if because people will say that like Catholics would be like, if you thought it, it's a sin.
Yeah, that's like coveting your neighbor's wife. Like, if you just want to fuck them, that's a sin. Not if you fuck them, you just want to fuck them.
But what if like you're just jerking off and you know she's going to see? Like if you're in your own house and like that bitch is looking at me. Okay, I'm in my private time. Yes, my window's open and I'm playing porn on the surround sound. So she's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Watching porn in surround sound is probably a pretty awesome experience.
I wonder if you can hear the smacking behind you. Like, but it's behind you.
Watching, hold on. Okay. So you have the VR porn headset, but you're running the sound through surround sound. So it's like wherever you look, it's like, oh man, I bet that's probably a pretty crazy orgasm, I
You'll
would
have to
think.
try that.
I do have
Do
an
you-
Oculus.
Yeah. Does Oculus come with like porn?
You can get on the internet for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah, dude, let's come over and do it together. We'll go back to backsies.
Well, like, yeah, we'll just put it up on the screen so I can see what you're seeing.
Yeah. And then like I feel like you would just secretly like record and then just
easily.
like and then just like not for any like weird purposes, just to like come up and like scare me like when it looks like I'm about to fit and just like and you're like ah!
And then, but that it was perfect. So now you're just squirting.
So now I'm just like shoot my load, and now I can't come unless I'm scared. Like now I'm just going through haunted houses like half hard, like, and then like the fucking clown with a chainsaw jumps out like rah, and I'm like rah!
You're in the shower and your woman like peeks behind the curtain real quick. You're like
Oh shit, fucking shit. Fuck. What if you combine the racist orgasm with the being scared orgasm? You just have like you just see black people like moving in next door and you're like, oh shit, I'm terrified and so racist.
Yeah.
We were rolling there and you just killed all the momentum with yeah.
I'm deep in thought. I'm so deep in thought with this stuff.
You're just thinking about different ways to come.
Yeah, I'm having such a good idea. I'm having such a good time.
The first time you're jerking off as a kid, and then like the fucking cat walks across your lap as you come, and just like now you just need to like touch animal. That's how people become furries, I think.
Well, you get like you go and buy a rabbit's foot so you can just have it in your hand.
Rabbit's foots give me a rager.
Dude, do you remember when those were like, here's good luck, and people were just cutting off rabbit foots and putting them on a keychain? Like,
Yeah.
how fucking weird.
Straight. Well, I don't think they were killing them specifically for the foot.
Well, no. But
Well, maybe they were. I mean, they killed rhinos for the fucking horns. They killed sharks for the shark fin soup. They literally like they capture a shark, cut off the fin, and then just throw it back, and just it'll slowly die because it can't swim right.
that shit just pisses me off.
Like eat the whole
Like,
shark if
yeah,
you're
if you're
gonna do
gonna-
weird shit.
Yeah, kill it.
Eat the whole fucking shark.
Farming
Wait,
is what that would be. Fishing.
The
That's
Jew
fine.
in you was like, hey, like fucking,
Yeah, you're losing profit.
like, what are we doing here? We're wasting all this.
Yeah.
All right, let's fucking wrap this shit
Dude,
up.
that was good.
I enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, so much better than the other Wednesday show.
Yeah, I think the next Wednesday show we're recording tomorrow, and we're gonna have Halima on. We're gonna watch her kill Tony.
She's killing a guy named Tony. That's awesome.
Derek doesn't know what the podcast is. Deep shit. All right. Thanks for tuning in to Den of Debauchery, and to all our haters out there. You're right. I am a misogynist, but what are you gonna do?
What the fuck are you gonna do?